It's good, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Cozy Corner, man. Episode 23. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's
Sure.
Sunday. Sunday when we're recording this. It's been a good week. Um, a fun week. And we got some good things to talk about today. So before we get started, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And if you feel any kind of way on any kind of the topics, go ahead and leave a comment down below, man. We're going to be in the comment section responding to things like that. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, man. First, yesterday we got to talk about college basketball. Um, Yesterday was a crazy day of hoops, wasn't it?
Classic day in the history books.
Classic day. So if you don't know, the top six teams, one, two, three, four, five, and six, all lost same day, which is wild. And how many more on the road? Were they all on the road?
I think most of them were on the road.
I know Gonzaga was on the road. Kentucky was on the road. Auburn was on the road. Kansas, yeah,
Purdue, yeah, they's all been on the road.
yeah. But
Yeah.
out of all of those games, what game stands out most to you?
Um, I only saw Kansas and Baylor and the end of Michigan State versus Purdue.
hmm I seen
So,
like most of I seen most of the Gonzaga game because that was the game when I was at home. I seen most like a fair amount of the Purdue game and the Auburn and Tennessee game too.
I
Um,
would say since those are the only two games I saw, what I'll take away out of those two games is if Baylor can ever get healthy, them boys gonna be scared. Whatever a healthy Baylor looks like this year.
yeah. I don't know, man. Because they're not gonna be fully healthy ever again for the rest of the season because Jonathan Chamachach was gonna be out for the rest of the season.
That what
But
happened?
I think he tore his ACL. I'm not sure, but I know he's not gonna be back for the rest of the season. I know he hurt his knee because I remember watching that game. It was like a week or two ago when he got hurt. So they're never gonna be like fully healthy again. But if they can get some of their guards back and really kick it into gear going into the Big 12 tournament, then hell yeah. But um, I would probably say for me, it would probably be the Gonzaga game. That Gonzaga game was kind of wild. It was at St. Mary's. St. Mary's was rocking. They was playing defense. And fun fact, if you didn't know, the point guard for St. Mary's is actually the younger brother of Tyler Johnson, Logan Johnson. He was tough. He was doing his thing out there. He was playing
Oh,
defense, taking
race for that.
charges. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was probably
Arizona.
them. That was probably. Oh yeah, Arizona did get blown. They got blown out though by
Arizona.
Colorado. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did peep that.
Yeah.
And there's one of them six teams too. Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
It,
else? What?
it was in Colorado though, huh?
Yeah, all of them were on the road. Every single one of them was on the road.
Mm.
Um, that Arkansas Kentucky game was fun too. JD Note and Oscar Shibwe put on the show. Uh, JD Note was getting wherever, whenever he wanted, and doing everything. And Oscar Shibwe was, if he touches the ball, the ball's gonna go in the basket, or he's gonna get a rebound. He had 30 and like 18.
Were y'all was did y'all have your guys back? Yeah, two guys that was out.
Yeah, they were back. It was their first game back, so they weren't doing nothing too crazy.
I didn't think they was there. I was like, yeah, JD did what he's supposed to do without them, but shit, they was
Nah,
there.
they was there. They didn't start the game, and then they
Yeah.
came in and they played a decent amount of the game. They shut down the guards though. Devo Davis was out there shutting down. Jalen Williams was taking every charge. Jalen Williams, the center for Arkansas, has taken 45 charges this year. The center, not a guard, the center.
Boy, it takes a lot of ice baths.
It's ridiculous. So they Arkansas plays some really really good defense. Um,
Gonna be a tough team.
it's getting down to the nitty gritty too, and what the way that this year is shaping up is like it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be unchy when it get down to that time, man. So this leads into the first question that we have for everybody watching. If you watching college basketball, what team or set of teams are you the most confident in once the tournament starts, because there's a lot of teams at the top that we have discussed before, and it's like, I don't know, man. When they get down to that time, it might be a little bit dicey. With teams like, for instance, like with Auburn, when it comes down to that time, crunch time, their best player not touching the ball. Or if it comes down to Purdue, they start doing some weird shit. It could come down to the stretch, or with Kansas, or just a team like that. What team are you most confident in going into the tournament?
So, do you want me to say this is a one team question or a
Nah,
multiple team?
it could be multiple teams, but like out of like the teams that are at that echelon, because there are teams that are flawed, and I can see losing early on in the tournament or losing in the Sweet 16 or something like that.
Are these teams? But I would say I wrote them down. Really, I got all the heavy hitters. I don't know if this
Mhm.
is a good thing or a bad thing, but got Baylor in there. Like I said, if they ever can get their guards back, they're gonna be dangerous.
Mhm.
Gonzaga, even though they lost, I honestly think that was a good thing. They need to lose.
See, the thing is with me, I had Gonzaga when I was writing the question down. I was like, yeah, for sure Gonzaga, and then they lose, and I'm like, God damn, man. But I'm still rocking with Gonzaga. The reason why is because they went to the national championship with damn near the same team. They're missing a couple guys, obviously Jalen Suggs and Joel Ayayi, and those two guys mainly. But they brought damn near everybody back, and now they have Chet, and had a hole at the rim defensively, and he fills that role perfectly. So it's like, yeah, that's a team I feel confident in. Another team I would feel confident in. Hmm. Like I said, I want to say Auburn, but it's like when it come down to it, they we've seen it before where it's like, damn, what's going on? Your best player, Jabari Smith, not touching the ball, and I know that's the way Bruce Pro wants his guards to play, but it's like, you know,
Now that one guy, the shorter guard, he in the last two games I
Wendell
seen from
Green.
Auburn. Yeah, he done sold next two games in a row.
Yeah, KD Johnson do a little bit of the same thing, but
Oh, he
it's
do. He do.
it's I'm okay with it for the first part of the game, but the last part of the game it can come back to bite them in the ass. But that's the way they play, and when they're on, it's that y'all in trouble. But if not, then you just gonna have to live with it. So it's like you live and you
45.
die with the guards for them.
Yeah.
The same
Good
thing
win
I
though.
would say for Baylor too, unless Kendall Brown and Jeremy Sohan keep doing what they did last night. Good lord.
Yeah,
Good lord.
things act like they ain't want to guard him or something.
Jeremy Sohan and Kendall Brown was a problem last night, man.
Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah,
Um,
I think Kansas played too fast last night.
yeah,
They ain't let my man's eat. They ain't throw it down to the big man like the commentators were saying the whole time. A
yeah.
couple times he was down there.
Mhm.
He was down there. Then I don't know. He's a dog, though. I like number 33. He a
David
dog.
McCormick,
I like
Oak Hill alum too. Shout out to Oak Hill. Um,
he's
what other team do I feel confident in? Cause I'm thinking of other teams that I feel confident in. I would say UCLA, but they've had a lot of inconsistencies with injuries and COVID and stuff like that. Um,
say y'all. I'm confident in them Kentucky boys. They
I'm
playing good
not.
this year. It's
When
the
it
best I've seen them in 2, 3 years.
when it come down to that time, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Yeah,
I don't know what team you gonna see. You know,
yeah.
because Oscar Sheboy, he's one of the candidates for National Player of the Year. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but he can be exploited on the defensive end. Did you see yesterday with Jalen Williams? Jalen Williams with quicker, more agile bigs. Oh, you can just put him in pick and pop situations and spread the floor, and it's like, okay, you can't guard our center. We're gonna attack you, and then once you get in foul trouble, you're gonna come out the game, and then you're not getting as much offensive rebounds because the guards take a lot of jump shots, and then you don't have anybody to dump it down to down low and actually get easy baskets. So it can be exploited very easily. But that's because I watch a lot of Kentucky games. But and sometimes Kellen
Uh,
Grady can disappear, or you know what I'm saying.
You want to see?
And there's one team that we didn't mention that I think should be in there. Duke. I think Duke is gonna be one of those teams. Once that time comes, like I'm more confident in, because like they have a very well-rounded team. They have defensive dogs and Jeremy Roach and what's bro name, Trevor Keels. They have two guys that you can go to, and AJ Griffin, as you seen in that Virginia game down the stretch. Boy, That man knocked down 2 threes in a row, iced the game, and then you got Paolo, who's going to be a top pick in the draft coming up, and there's no matchup for him on the floor at all. So I can see both of them actually, both of those teams. I'm most confident in going into the tournament.
If you got Duke up there,
Hmm.
got Illinois and UConn. I think one of the Big East schools is gonna surprise Duke.
You
Somebody in
know,
the Big East.
I'm gonna I'm gonna make a statement. I need to tap in with the Big East because I've been lacking on the Big East. The Big East has been one of the best conferences in college basketball this year, and I haven't seen too much of it. It's just I just haven't been able to see. I've been tapped in with the Big 10, with the SEC, some Big 12, a little bit of ACC, and a little bit of the Pac 12, but I haven't touched the Big East. The Mountain West is a really good conference too. They got a lot of teams that haven't lost a lot of games. Like
That's real over there.
yeah, like
Colorado
Colorado
State,
State, Boise State, um,
UNLV.
yeah, Utah State. It's a lot of
Yeah,
teams over there. That's
yeah.
really really good, bro. You know,
That's gonna be a good tournament.
definitely is.
Gonna be a
And
good
the
tournament.
WCC got some hitters too. As we seen, St. Mary's beat Gonzaga. BYU's always gonna be there. San Francisco's a good team, so it's gonna be fun getting into the tournament, man. It's probably gonna be one of the better tournaments we've had in recent history. But going into the next topic, as I alluded to a little bit ago, the National Player of the Year race is it's gonna be fun, bro. It's a lot of players that are up there for the National Player of the Year. I'm gonna let you go first. Who do you have as your leader for the National Player of the Year?
It's a hard. Uh, it's hard to pick one player, but that first team All American is gonna be a deep team this season. That's the
For
first one.
sure.
It's a lot of guys that could win National Player of the Year, but I would have to give it to Jabari Smith. Just we see what he does when he does get the opportunity. It's just like you said, if they're gonna give him the ball or not.
Hey man,
I think
that
he is probably
that
the
man is
best.
that man is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga is
And they only
crazy,
got
bro.
3 4 L's on the season,
Yeah,
so I'll give it to Jabari Smith.
it's hard for me, bro, because it's like there's it's a lot of good big men out there. There's guys like obviously Drew Timmy. There's guys like Oscar Sheba. Oscar Sheba has carried this Kentucky team. Like no funny. Like if he's on the floor, they have a really good chance to win games.
Yeah.
Obviously, guys like Jaden Ivey, Johnny Davis. Um, who I go with? I'm gonna go with Oscar Sheba. And no bias here. It's just an ironic thing that I picked a guy for Kentucky, and I'm a Kentucky fan. It's okay. I'm not a maniac, but I think Oscar Sheba is his sheer amount of numbers that he has. He's had like multiple. I'm gonna look up how many double doubles this man has had this year.
Yeah.
Let me see.
He up there. My second choice would be Oche Abaji. That'd be my second choice.
I can respect
I feel
that.
like they also stopped giving him the ball late in that. Well, not really stopped. He stopped shooting at the end of that big game. I feel like
Hmm.
he was hot. Then he just stopped shooting. I don't know. No, he did miss a couple of out of
So
rhythm shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the Okay, that's Western Kentucky. He's got a lot. He had Oscar Sheba had a game where he had 28 rebounds. How many 20 rebound games has he had? He's had like 20 rebound games. You know what I'm saying? When they played Duke, he had 17 and 20. Against Robert Morris, he had 14 and 20.
That's some good big men. Even bro from Duke.
Mark
We could see Duke.
Williams.
Yeah, Duke versus Kansas or Kentucky or Illinois. We gotta see one of them 4 teams play
Yeah,
with those big men.
yeah, for sure. And
Mm.
speaking of player of the year races, we going outside of national player of the year. The most competitive player of the year race is in the Big 10. There's a lot of guys that are in contention for player of the year in the Big 10. You got Johnny Davis, Jaden Ivey, Kofi Coburn. You got Keegan Murray, and then I'm blanking on the last brother name. I just had his name at the top of my.
I
No,
can't remember his name right now.
EJ Liddell.
Yeah, he did that.
I'm pretty sure I'm missing somebody else. Name some teams in the Big Ten again. Am I
I
missing
think you
somebody?
said Purdue. You said Wisconsin. Oh, you said Keegan Murray, right?
Yeah, I said Keegan Murray.
Iowa. Nobody from Michigan. Nobody from Michigan State. You said
Shout out Tyson Walker for that game winner yesterday.
yeah, he's clutch. He was on the bench like them last. When I tuned in, he was on the bench the whole time for
And I
that
want to
last.
talk about that last sequence. What the hell was that pass from Zion Williams that on that last play? He threw the ball off Malik Hall's elbow, the back of his elbow, and the game ended.
Oh yeah, you talking about the last. Yeah,
Yeah,
he hit that man in the back of the head, and I was like, yo, who is he throwing that to? Yo?
I was pissed, bro. I was like, what are you doing? Like, come on, dog. And you didn't see Jaden Ivey flash in front of your face. He would have had to make a tough shot, but we seen him make a 3-pointer like that to win the game against Ohio State. So it's like, uh,
That was a
ah.
long pass to make. What, a couple seconds left.
It wasn't even a couple. It was like point 0.4.
That's bad.
I seen the tweet that said the end of that game, the last minute of that game took 19 real life minutes because of the reviews and all the other stuff going on at the end of that game.
Get him one most wins in Big Ten history off that one.
Yeah, yeah. Um, damn, that's pretty much what we got for college hoops today. But
You ain't say who's you
oh
got? Who's the
shit,
favorite?
I'm tweaking. I'm gonna go with Johnny Davis for
I
Big
say
Ten
he
Player
probably
of the
gonna
Year.
do. Yeah, same. That's the Wisconsin boys.
That man is a
Best
problem,
Wisconsin's
bro.
ever been.
That man is a problem,
Regular
bro.
season. Yeah, he's a dog.
Problem, bro.
His pro. I want to see him in the pros.
And it's
Yeah,
funny because he looks like he kind of favors Devin Booker. He looks like him, and he kind of plays like him too.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
crazy. Um,
Indeed.
that man's a problem. Big Ten tournament, bro. You know how many conference tournaments is gonna be lit next week? Is it next week or the
Oh,
week after? I think it's this coming week.
yeah. Then this week,
Um,
all of it.
SEC, Big 12, Big 10, Big East. Like, I didn't think Providence would win the Big East. And they won the Big East regular season title. It's crazy.
Said they were projected to finish sixth or seventh.
And they finished. They
Came
were
in first.
top 10 in the country. Crazy, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go back
Crazy.
and watch that Providence versus
UConn,
who was
right?
it?
No, not UConn. Villanova. When
Yeah,
they went in the Providence went into like a 3 overtime game earlier this week against who was that they played?
yeah.
Now I
That's what I'm
got
talking about.
against UConn. Yeah, that was against UConn, right?
I don't know. I don't think it was against Villanova. I can't remember who it is.
No, they had a really good game against Villanova, but they went in a triple overtime against I want to say UConn. I'm going to look it up though, because that was a crazy game. Let me see. I feel like it was on like Tuesday.
Might have been UConn because I can't remember who else.
Because it took like 3 hours to finish the game. They had like a no, it was against Xavier. Sorry, Xavier. Yeah, it was against Xavier. But yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up for college basketball for this week. We're gonna have more and more as the conference tournament starts. As you can see, we got the energy for it because it's getting down to that time where it's butt clenching time, and we gonna see what everybody's made of. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Um,
that tonight.
yeah,
March Madness.
for real. March starts on Tuesday, so for real. But going into the NBA, man, we got a big topic. Before we didn't touch on this last week because I wasn't thinking about it, but it got brought into the news going into this week here. Zion Williamson, as we all know, Zion broke his foot I want to say it was in the summer. And he hasn't played this season. There's been a lot of murkiness about if he's going to play this season. There was a report that came out earlier this past week that said he needs a second surgery. He's been away from the team. And when CJ got traded to the team, he was asked about it. He talked to Zion and stuff like that, and he said no. Now, this caused a stir because it's like unwritten rules type shit. Um, oh yeah, hold on. Speaking of unwritten rules, do you want to talk about the Jawan Howard shit? We can come back to the Zion shit. I can cut this out. We can go back to the. You want to talk about the Jawan Howard situation? Because that's me saying unwritten rules made me just click in my mind, and as soon as we stopped recording last week, that whole kerfuffle happened.
No, yeah, you can talk about that. I'm, I'm glad I knew he wasn't gonna get fired.
Hell nah. And if you think somebody should get fired for fighting, not even that wasn't even a fight. That was like a little a little
It's
dust
players.
up. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Musa Diabate was throwing him. but
you be on my
but to be honest with you, bro, I don't like how that was portrayed at all. Like Dwan Howard, Dwan Howard reached the dude, but so if y'all didn't know, Wisconsin and Michigan played last Sunday, and Wisconsin won by a lot of points. And there was some situations where timeouts were called unnecessarily, and subs were made, and presses, and stuff that doesn't really matter because it's the end of the game. Juwan Howard took offense to what the coach for Wisconsin did, Greg Gard, and in the handshake line, Juwan Howard didn't want to shake his hand. The coach from Wisconsin, Greg Gard, tried to make him shake his hand,
Was
and
that the head coach that grabbed him?
yeah,
Or was that an assistant
the
coach?
the little dude at the beginning was the dude that grabbed him at first, but when they tried to break it up, one of the assistant coaches did something like he pointed in Jawan's face or something, or he like reached over a whole bunch of people, and then boom, everything just set off. Jawan Howard reached back at somebody, and then everybody in the midst of people trying to break it up, somebody got pushed and they fell, and then punches started going. um,
So did he hit the assistant coach or the head coach?
I think he hit the assistant coach because the assistant coach was the one that kind of like swung over towards him and he swung back.
That was the one that stopped him too, right? It was the same guy.
No. The head coach is the so when the handshake line was going, the head coach he didn't want to shake the head coach's hand, and the head coach was the one like, "Hey man, shake my hand," type business. But then everybody tried to get in between them, so nothing crazy happened. And one of the assistants from Wisconsin ended up reaching over for whatever reason. I don't know if he was trying to point at somebody or if he was swinging, and it all happened pretty fast. um, so that was pretty much it. I don't like the way people was talking about it, especially people that don't look like me and you. They tried to put it in a situation where it was like he should have got fired or something like that. It wasn't as bad as what some other coaches that don't look like me and you were doing to players, throwing chairs at players, throwing balls at people's heads, and things of that nature. So yeah,
That Jim Bohan got
yeah, bro.
killed the person drunk drive. I remember
He
that too.
he killed somebody and then got a standing no next game. Crazy.
He loved Jim Bohan.
And we
Yeah.
talking about fighting. That's nutty. Okay, back to the point. Zion Williamson. Um, Zion has had a lot of muddy things going on around him, and it's only sparked rumors of him not wanting to be in New Orleans. And yeah, it don't look good at all for New Orleans or for Zion. Um, how do you feel about this whole situation? Because I have very strong feelings about it. So I'm gonna let you go first, and then we can go from there.
Jim Cutler should just never answered that question. When they asked him that on the All-Star game if he talked to him, should just kept that to himself.
Hey man, he's trying to be transparent.
Yeah, he should just kept that to himself. He done opened up some more shit. Now Zion, now he already on rough patch with Zion. He ain't even met him yet.
That's his fault.
But the phone worked two ways. See, McCullum could have texted him. He the OG anyway. I mean, I guess the young guy's supposed to be reaching out to the OG, but really the OG is supposed to be reaching out to the young guy. So you
That's a
can look
good
at it
point.
from both ways.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
you can look at it from both ways. I mean, and if he is away from the team, I mean, shit, he away from the team. He could have just been like, shit, I'm gonna see him when I come back to the team. Now niggas acting like I ain't coming back. Fuck the team. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't. I
I
don't
just
know,
feel
but
like it was blown out of proportion.
do you think he still wants to be in New Orleans?
I don't think nobody want to be in New Orleans. But Except for, I don't think nobody really want to be in New Orleans playing basketball.
Are you
So
sure
I
that's
don't.
what you want to say?
I really no big time player wants to be in New Orleans. That's just how I feel. But
Okay. Okay, that's how
but
you
I don't.
feel.
He hasn't
Um,
gave him a chance.
yeah, that's my thing. The whole thing with reaching out to CJ, that's a under the water under the bridge thing for me. But my biggest pet peeve is, do you want to be there or not? Yes or no? You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to the point where he's not saying anything, and all of these reports are coming about his family don't want him to be there. That this, and that, and all these tea leaves of him wanting to go to New York and all this other shit. If you want to go somewhere, even though you are a young adult like me and you, be an adult, put your name on it, stomp your feet down, and say what you need to say. If you want to stay there, say you want to stay there. If you don't, then you don't. You get what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point where it's like, bruh, do you? And it will start a rift between you and your teammates because it's like, bruh, do you even want to be here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really want to be here? Are you really locked in? Are you invested? Because you are a great talent, and when you're on the floor, you're really good. But it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, is it worth the headache, and is it worth the risk with all of your injuries already? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
tough
I,
situation.
I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about it because it's like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's,
We'll see how it plays out.
yeah, I mean, we gonna have to. um, Now, there was a lot of talk about if he does force his way out. Well, this is a question I came up with in my mind. If he does say he does want out, he forces his way out. What will this like? Something will have to change the next CBA. Whether it be a goddamn lockout until the owners figure out some shit to be able to protect their teams, not even protect the teams, to keep themselves out of situations like this where they're investing a top pick in somebody and then they're not there and then they just don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, if Zion didn't really want to be in New Orleans, why didn't he just pull a Eli Manning? You know what I'm saying? We've seen it happen
Yeah,
before. Steve Francis did the same thing. He's like, I'm not going to Vancouver. They drafted him. He never went to Vancouver, and they traded him. So it's like, you know,
that'll be interesting to see if somebody in our present day actually does that. Because I knew whenever Eli Manning did that, we was young.
yeah, that was
And
04.
and
And
he was a Manning.
Steve Francis was 97, and but
Yeah,
he was pissed when they called his name. He was pissed, boy. He's like, I'm not going
but
to
I honestly
Vancouver.
thought Trevor Lawrence was gonna pull something like that in Jacksonville, but he didn't do that. So
Yeah,
I don't really know if people really got the balls to do some shit like that nowadays. That's really crazy.
but if
That's
you,
crazy.
but it's like, I don't know, bro. You gotta be
Yeah.
bold enough to do what you want to do in your life because it's your life. You feel me? But I get it. I get it. Um, what else? But like on with injury wise with Zion, there's been two comparisons to what he has been compared to. One is very crazy. People are saying he's like Greg Oden because he's only played 3 more games than Greg Oden did in his first 3 seasons, and I don't think Zion's playing this season. So they'd be around the same total of games for his first 3 seasons, which is kind of wild. But I don't think Zion's injuries are like chronic like Greg Oden's were. Um, but damn, the only other person that they really compared to was Joel Embiid at the beginning of his career. Now that is most comparable in the injury standpoint, but Joel Embiid wasn't saying he wanted to leave or had any kind of rumors that he wanted to leave Philadelphia, which puts it in an odd situation. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
See,
We will see. And one more question about this before we move on to the next topic is how can these small market teams prevent themselves from getting in situations with players like this? Because this would be the second time that New Orleans would have a number one pick. Then well, at least Anthony Davis was there for like 7 years, but it's only been 3 with Zion, and if he don't accept like a contract extension, he could be out after next year. So it's like, what we doing, man?
You got to know who you draft and who went number two in that draft. You know who went number two in that draft.
Yeah, John Morant. You know who went number three in
You
that
wouldn't be
draft? RJ. Yeah.
we wouldn't be talking about this. They take job number one, and he in a small market going crazy.
Yeah, that is true, but I wouldn't want to give it too much revisionist history because going into that draft, everybody knew Zion was going number one.
Yeah, obviously.
But I
But I'm
mean,
saying,
I go ahead.
as a GM, you gotta do your due diligence. If you know this guy might be one dude. I mean, they both from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
One dude been a superstar all his life. One guy really came out the gutter, went to Murray State. Really
Mm-hmm.
only got discovered because he was playing with Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. So, gotta do you want the diamond in the rough or you want the dime?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's on the organization at the end of the day.
And this brings up another thing that I'm very, very interested in going into like the logistics of team building because with situations like this, like you said, do your due diligence, bro, and you want to be able to find people that fit what you're trying to do, right? And Zion is a generational talent. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. But if he doesn't want to be there, what is that generational talent worth to you as an organization? You know, because you can have the generational talent and have him for 3-4 years, but then once he's gone, what do you do? Whereas you can go get a guy that's already solidified and just going to be. I'm just want to hoop, bro. I'm not worried about all this extra stuff going on, bro. Everything like that. So with a guy like a Ja's not worried about all the extra stuff going on. He live his life and he hoop. That's it. He not trying to be anybody. He not. I don't know if Zion's trying to be anything else outside of whatever he's trying to do, but because he don't say shit, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way to know. So the only thing you can do is speculate. Um, but yeah, it's crazy going back and looking at that draft to see how many guys are actually like they could have took and they could have got another guard or another guy that could have been a franchise building block with the one of their other picks. They had the fourth pick and they traded back for 10 and another pick. Whereas though they could have had a guy like Darius Garland or
Didn't they draft Jackson Hayes or something?
yeah, they drafted Jack because they had the fourth pick and then they ended up trading it. Let me go to Basketball Reference.
They drafted Jackson Hayes. I mean, I ain't mad at that, but if you had the fourth pick, niggas traded back to get Jackson Hayes.
Yes. So they traded with Atlanta to with the 10th pick. So they had the fourth pick was a. I'm pretty sure the fourth pick was a part of the yeah. So that's what it was. New Orleans had the first pick. They also had the fourth pick from the Anthony Davis trade. You know what I'm saying? So they traded the fourth pick for the eighth pick for whatever reason, and I think another future first round pick. Whereas you could have had two picks in the top five. So you could call into to question their management because the top of this draft is kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? With John Moran, R.J. Barrett, DeAndre Hunter's a really good role player. Darius Garland is the face of is the best player on the Cavaliers. Um, then you got an underrated guy like Kobe White, Cam Reddish. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero. But that's just revisionist history. You feel me? There's a lot of really good players in like the last three picks of the first round in this draft is really good. Jordan Poole, Keldon Johnson, and Kevin Porter Jr. Um,
Didn't you and don't they say that Zion has no relationship with the front office anyway?
that's what they say. Like I said, I don't know nothing because he don't say nothing, and there's nothing that's like for sure a fact or
He shouldn't
anything like
have to
that.
say anything. That's the team should be protecting. That's your guy. He shouldn't have to say nothing. Like you said, Joel Embiid didn't have to say nothing. Ben Simmons ain't had to say nothing until just recently. I don't know what Ben Simmons just fucked this shit up. I don't know. But like if that's your guy, he shouldn't have to say nothing. Y'all should have the relationship. Y'all should know inside the building what it is.
Yeah,
That's on them. But if he goes to Memphis, I don't know if I don't know if they can control him either. And I don't know if he plays this any more amount of games because he's
yeah.
been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think really just these injuries. But like Markel Fultz, we ain't heard. They said he about to come back this month.
Yeah,
We ain't
on
heard from
Monday.
that man. Yeah, we ain't heard from that man. Yeah,
Well, because once you get hurt or and you not in the spotlight, they don't give a fuck about you. Because it's like they big. Well, and another thing is they kind of already typecast Markel as a bust. So it's like, all right, you suck, or you're not what we thought you would be. You're not a superstar. Get out of here. We don't care. You know what I'm saying?
no, that's not the truth.
But I'm just saying in the sense of like casual or mainstream media, it'll be like, okay, he was the first pick in 2017. What has he done? Has he been an All Star yet? Has he been All NBA? Is he All Rookie? Anything like that? And they say no. It's like, okay, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Not too dissimilar from the way that the media or the attention is centered around DeAndre Ayton. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Ayton isn't held to that first pick in the draft standard because he's on such a great team. You know?
I don't know. I don't know, yo. These guys be. I don't know. I think everything injuries play. It's it's real life we talking about out here.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that guys got to go through what they got to go through. Like you said, because they hurt.
Yeah.
If he hurt, let that man rehab. Like I'm saying, I don't know. Some of these players don't play it right.
Mm-hmm.
They said Jamal Murray, he about to come back. Said he coming back in March.
Bro. And speaking of Jamal Murray, I wanna introduce this because I've been thinking about this. We've been watching basketball for a long time. I'm gonna tell this story, and I want you. If I could talk, I want to know if you have a similar story of watching. So, this was 20. I want to say 2015. The Matthew Catholic High School. I think it was like the Nike hoops something. It was like a hoops giving or a Christmas tournament or something. Um, I go up there. Usually you go. I went there. Was it freshman, sophomore, junior year? I don't think I went my senior year. I may have went all 4 years, but usually all the top teams in the country come and they play in like a showcase. And there's this team called Orangeville Prep from Canada, and I want to say they played. I don't remember who they played. It may have been Paul the Six. It may have been somebody else, but the game starts, and well, first of all, the one player we knew that was on that team was Thon Maker. If you didn't know, in 2014, 2015, Thon Maker was the next big thing. 7 foot, can handle the ball, knocked my tooth out when I played him when I was 14 years old. Um, what else? He was really good. He could shoot the ball. He could dunk on you. And he had a brother too. I think it was his older brother was on that team too. Not McCord, but it was like his older brother. And they had this little guard on the team, right? Like 6'1" guard. They start playing, and they busting his team ass like crazy. And the little guard is shooting from the volleyball line, talking shit, about to fight somebody. And you know who that little guard turns out to be? I turn on a Kentucky game a year later, and it's Jamal Murray.
Was dog.
And there's plenty of stories that I have about like shit like that. Just going to that one tournament, like crazy. Like schools that don't even exist no more because they were scams. Like there was a school called, I think it was called API. They were from Texas, and they had some guys that were like some of the top high school players, like Terrence Ferguson, Trayvon Duval, Mark Vital, who's in the NFL now, and what was his buddy name? Yeah,
You said the NFL or the NBA?
he's in the NFL. He plays.
Dang,
He was on the Chiefs practice squad, I think.
that's OC. He
Yeah,
do look like a football.
yeah,
Big. I ain't know that. That's
yeah.
tough.
So it was them three, and you remember Billy Preston?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their team, and they this.
Kansas.
Go ahead.
He went to Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This team, they ended up playing. I know for sure they played Paul the Six. great game, bro, great game. And I was actually on camera with like Capital Hoops. It's funny as hell because it was the game was going back and forth. That part of 16 was really good. They had Slater was Brandon Slater that's at Villanova was a freshman. They had another guard, Aaron. I'm not remembering by last name. He played with Takeover, but he played at Butler for.
Aaron,
He wore number 2. I'm not remembering bro
no, I
last
know this
name.
new name. He still played for Butler. I can't think of his last
Yeah,
name.
he played for Butler.
Thompson. That's
Yeah, Aaron Thompson played for Butler.
come on.
Um, that was a really good team, and those they had what 3 5 stars on that other team, and the game went down to the wire. And Trayvon Duval almost he cocked the ball back to his ass and almost dunked on somebody.
Wonder where he's at.
I think he's in the G League. Um, yeah, he's in the G League. I think Terrence Ferguson is in the G League now too. Now I think of it. Yeah, Terrence
I was about to
Ferguson
say,
he's in the G League. I think.
how did the Thunder not have room for him on his team? But I guess they don't need him. They got Dort.
Yeah, it's crazy how he was just in the league for a couple years and then he like disappeared. It really be like that.
What happened when your team go from playoffs to rebuilding?
Yeah, it really
Was he
do be
even
like
there?
that.
Was he there with Russell Westbrook when they went to the playoffs?
Yeah, he he was 2017 because he was our class. He was 2016. So yeah, because he had went to Australia, I think, to play. He didn't go to college. He was Australia, and then he came back, and then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy because the game ended in the fourth quarter. Well, obviously in the fourth quarter, it ended on a possible goaltend by Mark Vital because he had ran. Well, I think somebody had laid the ball up. I think it was Trayvon. He tried to lay the ball up. He missed it, and Mark Vital came flying from the free throw line and like got a putback dunk. But you know, in high school there's no review, so nothing. So if they counted it, they counted it.
Yeah.
That was a fun game. And I remember seeing Andrew Wiggins play when he was at Huntington Prep when they played Riverdale Baptist, and he boomed on somebody, something crazy.
Are they still good?
I don't think so. I don't know. You talking about
I
Huntington,
haven't
right?
heard that. Huh? No,
You
I'm talking
talking
about Riverdale. Yep.
about? I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a minute.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure they still decent. They definitely still good. Now where they really like that? They,
I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. But
but playoff time now, so
do you have any crazy stories about anything like that before?
person,
Yeah.
mm, probably not.
Huh.
No, not that I could think of.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but no, I do remember watching the young Jamal Murray. I do remember him at like you said when you was talking about Orangeville Prep, whatever it's called.
Mhm.
Like when you were saying, I was like, yes, I feel like I remember him. It was somebody else on that team. Then when you said Thon Maker, I was like, yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Definitely remember him
That
and
team was crazy.
yeah, definitely remember Thon Maker and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray in Kentucky was really nasty. Like he's really just been the same person the whole
The
time.
whole time didn't
Yeah,
change.
yeah,
Same play style, same everything.
yeah.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, so excited to get him back in the league.
I'm excited to see him back on the floor, man.
Yeah.
What else? There's more topics. There's a couple more topics that we have, but I'm trying to think of like off the cuff things that I was thinking about before we started recording. Um, Speaking of those tournaments were really fun because you get a chance to see like guys that were like really hyped in high school. Like we seen Dennis Smith play. You remember Antonio Blakeney?
Yeah.
Antonio Blakeney went for like 50.
Florida boy.
Went for like 50, bro. Crazy. Like wild and crazy 50. Um who else did I see play back in high school? It's been a lot. I've been around basketball my entire life, so some crazy. Oh, a Kill Car. You remember the Kill Car wave? Oh my god, the Kill Car wave in like 2012 was absolutely insane. The Crime Stopper. Shout out to the Kill Car, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Killer Car.
Supposed to be, he should have went to Seton Hall.
Yeah.
So they said he was committed to. I guess he chose to go professional, whatever he chose to do.
Mhm.
I'm cool.
Okay, back to the NBA. James Harden. He's played 2 games with the 76ers after the trade. The 76ers are 2-0, and it's been getting crazy. He been getting loose with the Sixers. He looked like a whole new man,
He
literally.
definitely like the old James Harden. Got his swagger back, huh?
Yeah, triple double today against the Knicks, and they obliterated the Timberwolves, which I can't really get mad at Timberwolves for it. It's crazy. Um,
Back for the Timberwolves.
with those 2 games, how much stock are you putting into James Harden with the 76ers and their title chances?
I don't know.
And it's hard after watching what they did today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was the Knicks. I gotta see them play somebody. Somebody for real.
I'm gonna
Look
see
at their
who else
schedule.
they play.
See their next five. Somebody gotta be coming up in their next five.
It's got to be. The Jazz came back. Okay, I see you, Jazz. My God, let me go to the Sixers. Okay. Okay, so their next game is against the Knicks again, and then they get the Cavaliers. Boom. Okay. No, go to the next one. Okay, so they get the Knicks, the Cavaliers. On next Saturday they play the Heat, and then the following Monday they play the Bulls, and then Thursday the 10th they play the Nets. So that's gonna be a nice stretch of games for them. Miami, Chicago, Brooklyn, and then they get to play Orlando, and they play Denver, Cleveland again, and then it goes on so on and so forth. They still have to play the Lakers in LA, and they have to play the Bucks, and then they have to play the Suns in Phoenix too. So they got a few games that's gonna be some real prime time action games.
Then they gonna be. I mean, I don't know. I
It's
don't want to
hard
put too
because you
much.
want to drink the Kool-Aid right now.
It's
The way they Big Three playing, you know what I'm saying? One of the finest Kentucky Wildcats, Tyrese Maxey, is out there doing his thug thizzle, getting busy. You know what I'm saying? Getting buckets. Shout out to Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? One of the baggage claim boys out of Dallas, Texas. You feel me? Shout out to you, my boy. Um,
he's a real dog.
real, real dog, real deal dog. Um, you know what? I'm gonna drink some of the Kool Aid. I think they're gonna. I think they. I think they're gonna come out the East. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, I can't say that. 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 I
Yeah,
can't
because
say
you
that. It's too
still
many
Kyrie
questions.
do.
It's too many questions. You know what I'm saying? Cause look, me when the trade first happened, I was thinking, okay, Brooklyn is playing for next season because I wasn't expecting no mandates to get lifted. None of that. I don't know what we still don't know when Ben Simmons is coming back. KD is coming back this coming week, so um, until that mandate get lifted in New York, I'm still thinking the Nets is gonna be looking into next year. But if if it's lifted, oh my god,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You seen what Kyrie did without that was without both of them.
bro, Kyrie is one of the greatest players I ever seen play in my life. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
When you talk about a wizard, bro, like legit wizard, bro, with the basketball, ain't nobody like him, bro. Ain't nobody like him, bro.
Yeah, that last night I think is we saw the. I mean, the bracket, the East so crazy. We might see the Bucks in the next first round, second round, but those are the
Facts,
best two teams in the East right
facts,
there.
facts. And
That's the, that's the championship going through Milwaukee or Brooklyn.
to be honest with you, bro,
In the
it can get to the point where it's like, um, Cleveland is dealing with a lot of injuries right now, right? Darius Garland is out. Colin Sexton is not Colin Sexton, obviously Colin Sexton. Rondo's out, and Karis LeVert is out. They have no
How the
guards.
hell Rondo get hurt? What's wrong with Rondo?
I think he sprained his toe or some weird shit. I have no idea, but I know Karis LeVert sprained his foot, and Darius Garland has like back soreness or tightness or whatever that he's been dealing with for since like January. So they finally getting that checked out because it seems like it's a little bit more serious than they thought it was. So he's gonna be missing some games, and they have no guards. And and I've said this before. I don't know if I said on the pod before, but the Cavs, while they are a good story, they are flawed. Like a lot of that offense depends on what Darius Garland can do for everybody, and if he's not there, the offense is rough. It's really rough.
They
So
compete though.
they can stand to lose some games and drop down, just based on how close everybody is. So I can see Brooklyn trying to make a push to get in within that top six, top five, with Cleveland kind of falling down into the 6, 7, 8 range. Really,
If Cleveland drops to the play-in tournament, they might not make the playoff. They can't drop to the play-in
it might happen, bro, because it's like we don't know when these guys are coming
tournament.
back.
Yeah, Karis LeVert sounds like he's gonna be out for a little minute.
Yeah, you
He
know,
got.
with Karis LeVert comes injuries, which sucks, but
Yeah, I was gonna say he might just be. I ain't want to say that for real, but since you said it, he just might be. That
yeah.
just might be him. Injury
So
prone guy.
right now, the top three is Philly, well, Miami, Chicago, and Philly. Right. 4 is Cleveland, 5 is Milwaukee, 6 is Boston. There's only a game difference between Boston and Cleveland. Now I'm looking at it, it's a little bit more of a gap. Cleveland is 3.5 games back. Brooklyn is 8 games back. So that's
Like
4.5 games between 8 and 4. Now,
yeah, he coming back. That's gonna happen. They about to go on the tear.
okay, let me read off Cleveland's schedule. So tomorrow they play Minnesota at home. Then they get Charlotte at home. Then they go to Philly, and then they get Toronto at home next Sunday.
Orioles right there, Nick. There's a Garland better come back.
And after that, they got Indiana, Miami, Chicago, the Clippers, Philly again, Denver. Yeah, and don't let it sneak up on you. But Atlanta can still sneak up there too,
As I'm saying, Cleveland dropping to that plane, it's gonna be hard for them to get in that playoff.
for sure, for sure, for sure, bro. Like dead ass. Um,
So better not do that.
they better not do that at all. But moving on from that, this is the last thing we got, right? The trivia. At the end of the last episode, we had a couple trivia questions, and we decided we was gonna come back with it this week. So we got a couple questions for each other about just basketball in general, not just NBA, but just basketball in general. I'm gonna let you go first, my guy.
First question I got was, who has the most high school basketball points in North Carolina history?
Okay, it's no options. It's just like I just got a name. Okay, because there's a lot of
He's a guard.
you talking
He's a
about you talking
he's a
about
guard.
hoop state, my guy.
Yeah,
How many chances do I get? Just one.
you get three.
Okay.
Three.
Okay. First one is the first person that came in mind is Chris Paul. No. Is he in the NBA?
Yeah, he's in the NBA.
Okay.
First round pick.
From North Carolina. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
Uh,
This nigga Donovan Mitchell just hit some crazy shit. Niggas tripping.
um, North Carolina guards. Why am I blanking on names now? That's in the NBA. Is it Dennis Smith?
Nope.
Damn.
I'll give you one more hint. He's in the Eastern Conference
Okay.
as we speak.
Okay. You mean guard? You mean like short, not a big guard?
Decent sized guard. Not
John
small,
Wall.
not big.
Oh, you say East? Fuck.
Yeah, you get another one though since
No,
he's
no,
not
no.
playing.
Go ahead, go ahead. You got it. You got it.
That
I done burned
that
mine.
boy Kobe White.
Kobe White. Yeah, Kobe. Shout out to Kobe White. Kobe White been hooping too. And getting to that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Shout out to Kobe White.
shout out DeMar DeRozan too. This nigga tripping.
Boy on list with motherfucking Wilt Chamberlain. His shit. Shout out to DeMar. All right, I'm gonna ask you this question. I have this pulled up here. My screen's about to get really bright. Okay. This is another guard related question, but it's multiple guys, and I'm talking about point guards strictly. Point guards. Now, John Calipari has coached a whole lot of point guards in his coaching career from 2002 to now, right? Between Memphis and Kentucky. There are one, okay, so I got one, two, three, four. I'm not counting Jamal Murray as a point guard, so I'll give you that. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 point guards on this list that played at Kentucky and Memphis. Can you name them?
D Rose.
Okay, so you got one.
Okay.
Okay.
But are we talking about the league? Like we just talking about 7 point guards or
Yeah.
okay. Jay, D Rose.
Okay.
Uh say you're not counting Jamal. Quickly. Are we counting quickly?
Well, hold on. Let me rephrase this. I'm gonna cut it off at 20. I'm gonna cut it off at 2017. So from 2002 to 2017, name me 7 point guards that played for John Calipari between Memphis. And there's 2 from Memphis that may stump you. So I would go with Memphis first, outside of Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose is obvious. Who came the year after Derrick Rose at Memphis? First round pick, like a top 10 pick. Pennsylvania. That's the only.
He's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. He's
I
not
don't
in
know.
the league anymore.
Let me get the Kentucky guys out the way because
Okay.
I don't know who
Okay.
that one is.
Okay.
So Shea,
No, 2017. Shea was 2018. So it stops.
D Rose.
No, D Rose wasn't. Well, let me write this down because I'm fucking.
Yeah, what's the guy?
Let me get my little book. So there's 7 guys, right? 4 of them. So you got one. I went back far. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them played at Kentucky and 3 of them played at Memphis.
So you said they're in the league, or they played in the league, or
yes, they all played in the league. One of them had the chance to be really, really special, but he ended up having injury problems and he couldn't play anymore. And this is the oldest guy on the list, like before LeBron. The year before LeBron.
Oh yeah.
He got drafted to the Cavaliers the year before LeBron did.
What is it? Dewan or something like that.
DeJuan Wagner. There you go.
Dewan Wagner. Then he went to Memphis. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He averaged
DeJuan
21
Wagner.
points a game at Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, D Rose
Mm-hmm.
is one of the Harrison brothers in this.
Yes.
All right, that's 3.
I'm talking about Andrew.
Yeah, Tyler. Does he count as an NBA guy?
Yeah, he played in the NBA. That's 4.
Tyler Ulis.
There's obviously more than 7, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can't forget my God, John Wall. Down there was about to not say that name.
Mm-hmm. But you got to name the third Memphis guy. You can't just name rest Kentucky guys. So you got 2 guys left. One is from Memphis and one is from Kentucky. And it's pretty obvious one's from Kentucky that's still there.
I want to say Rondo, but I don't know if Calipari coached Rondo.
That was Tubby Smith. Very, very, very recent. Really good player. Averages like 20-some points a game.
In the league?
Yes. That you didn't name yet.
From Memphis?
No, from Kentucky.
Oh. I don't know. You took out 2017. You fucked me up. So
No. I said it stops at after 2017. So after that year,
Shea, right?
no, Shea's 2018.
No.
So there's no Quickly, no Shea, no Tyrese.
Aaron Fox.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So this last person is from he played in Memphis in 2009.
I'm drawing a blank.
He won Rookie of the Year.
Oh, Tyreek. Did he go to Memphis? He didn't go to Memphis.
Yes, he went to Memphis.
Yeesh.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tyreek Evans. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Definitely wasn't gonna get that if we didn't say 2009. Yeah. 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 Tyreek. Yeah. That was good. That was good.
A lot of point guards, bro. A lot of point.
And then that's not even counting 2017. Sheet.
Yeah, yeah,
2018 and above.
yeah. Crazy. Okay. What was your other question?
Was you might have caught this on the All Star game. Who has the most points in All Star NBA history? All Star game
I would
for
have.
the
Oh, go ahead.
for one game.
For one game, it's Paul George. Yeah, 51,
Anthony
2017.
Davis.
It was Anthony Davis. We had
Yeah,
53.
52, 53, one of them. I think it was that same game, 2017
Okay, let me look it up.
in New Orleans. Boys putting on a show. I guess we can't say Anthony Davis ain't never do nothing for the city.
No, he did a lot of stuff for the city, man. I still continue to believe if DeMarcus Cousins didn't get hurt, he probably would have stayed in New Orleans.
Oh, they had it, yeah. Decent team.
DeMarcus ended up unfortunately tearing his Achilles. Yeah, he scored 52. I really thought it was
Yeah.
Paul George though, because he had 51. I think it was 2016, or it may have been after that. I'm not sure, but that's a good ass.
I think Harden was going crazy in the game.
Yeah. Okay. So I got one more for you. There's a website called for the TNT show Who We Play For, right? So I'm gonna put you in normal mode first, and I'm gonna let you go. Okay. First person is Rudy Gay. What team does he play for?
Right now.
Yes.
Jet.
Okay. DeJounte Murray. Some of these are easy. DeJounte Murray.
Bird.
Okay. Quindary Weatherspoon. And this is on a timer, so there's like 35 seconds left.
Skip me on that.
Okay. He plays for the Warriors. Luka Samanic.
That name sounds familiar.
It's not the Spurs.
Skip me on that one. I was gonna say the Mavericks, but I don't think so.
He plays for the Knicks. Serge Ibaka.
Buck.
Okay. Paul Millsap.
Uh, Sixers.
Okay. Furkan Korkmaz.
Sixers.
Jay Crowder's the last one. Okay.
This nigga just turned the ball over. 30 seconds.
Jay Crowder?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do hard mode. Hard mode is ridiculous. I played this game. Hard mode is stupid. Okay. Skylar Mays from LSU.
Damn, I just seen it too. It's not Portland, is it?
No. I'll give
Where
you
is
one
it?
more guess. They wear red though.
Oh, the Hawks.
Okay. Tyrell Terry.
Who that is?
Okay. He plays for Memphis. Ignas Brazdeikis from Michigan. No. He plays for the Knicks. I'm going to skip this one. Charlie Brown Jr.
Charlie Brown Jr.
Yeah.
Why does that name sound familiar? I don't know. I feel like I do know that one.
Okay. He plays for the Sixers. Davon Reed. He was a first-round pick for the Suns a while ago. He's in the West.
He's in the West?
Yep.
He's on the Suns?
No. I'll give you one more.
Warriors?
No. He plays for the Nuggets.
Nugget.
Yep. Okay. So
Yeah, that was
that was fun as hell. But
boy Skylar Mays.
shout out to
Good
Skylar
effort.
Mays, man. LSU has some guards too, man. They had some guards out there, dude.
He's a dog.
Yeah. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Did you have anything else you want to hit on before we get on out of here? I know this is a shorter episode, but we had some good stuff to talk about, but nothing too much.
That boy, shout out another LSU guy. You said Skylar Mays. Shout out that boy Waldford. Say he just signed a nice
A 4-year deal.
with the he's nice too. Got a hoop game.
You do.
Shout out to them LSU boys. Remember that video of him and Anthony Edwards?
Mm-hmm.
All the
And
names
the
they was
Ball
in
is
there.
Life All-American game?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Shout out to the boy. You know, he made it.
You know what's
You know,
crazy? I feel like it was the 2018 Iverson All Star Classic. I feel like they have hella NBA people on it too, like from that game, or people that's like high impact. Like Io was in that game. Um, Kevin
he's
Porter
done.
Jr. Who else was in that game? Javon Cornerly was in that game. Mac McClung. There was a lot of guys, man. I'm not remembering every single person, but I remember that game because it was like I want to say the first or the second one that they ever had for the Iverson Classic. But yeah, this was pretty fun. Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to everybody who watched this.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
Really do appreciate it. I got some more videos coming soon, man. We gonna continue the leap. If you haven't checked those videos out, go ahead and check them out. They're really cool. I'm proud of the editing job that I did on those, coming from where I started at. It hasn't even been a year yet, but
The leap.
you know what I'm saying? Taking the lead, man. But that's gonna wrap it up for us. Like I said at the beginning, go ahead and leave a like, comment down below any of the topics. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time,
Hey, questions too. If
for
you got some
sure.
trivia questions.
If you got any kind of questions, we'll keep them in the tuck and we'll record it on the next episode. But until next time, folks, stay cozy.